Wow, look at this crowd. Thank you for being here, and thank you for giving me your time for just a few more minutes. I promise we'll have you out of here on time. And table captains, please thank you for holding on to your packets for just a few more minutes. We've heard a lot today about how through you, the Issaquah Schools Foundation builds bridges for every child in every school. And those bridges bring people, ideas, passions, and solutions together. Over spring break, I was actually at a park with my husband, Dave, and our two teenage boys, Jake and Nathan. I'm gonna move this here. I found myself watching some kids on an adjacent playground. And they were on one of those circular merry-go-rounds where some of the kids were riding in the center and one of them was running them in circles. And they were having a great time. But as more and more kids joined them, the rides got faster and faster, and the kids would kind of stand up and stumble off, and then they would start pushing themselves around. They were having a super time, and the rides were super fun. And I confess at first, I was a little bit queasy as I was watching them. I am not as young as I used to be. But as I was watching them, what occurred to me was that those kids really understood the power of working together, because it is possible for them to sit and scooch themselves around with their feet, but by working together, the rides became much more fun and much, much more powerful. I think the Issaquah Schools Foundation is like the best parts of that merry-go-round. We started out really small, and we've grown into an organization with an annual campaign, hundreds of donors. All of this, our corporate partnerships, more than 5,000 people coming together to impact education in Issaquah. And as a parent and as the president of the foundation, I am so incredibly proud and grateful for the sweeping impact that you make possible. I said last year that we impact every child in every school, and we do that through dozens and dozens of programs that haven't even been talked about today. And those programs reach across all subjects, all ages, all abilities. They're effective, they're compelling, and they're invaluable. And when you consider it with the 19,000 kids that we're serving, that's incredibly powerful. But what's ironic is that we're actually at our strongest when we're focused on one child at a time. Ours is a story of the individual student, your child, our community's children, and the connections to their education that we can create for them. So indulge me for a moment. I want to go back in time and have you think about your connections. Who are those special people, those experiences that helped get you to where you are today? For me, I can think of Mrs. Dixon, my third grade teacher who taught me spelling tricks. I can think of Mr. Shaftsma, my Algebra 1 teacher, who literally, I think, tutored me in the math lab every day because I just didn't get it. I know some of you are like that. And I can also think of Mr. Kelsey and my high school choir, because music is where my heart lived. And it's what made me love going to school every day. Each of those people and those experiences connected me to my education, and they taught me patience, passion, and perseverance. So who was it for you? Who was that connector? Who were those people? Maybe it was a teacher or a counselor or a librarian, or perhaps it was a special program like it was for me. And I'm guessing for many of you, those connections were really easy to make. And for some of you, it might have been a little bit more challenging. And perhaps for some of you, like Fred, those connections were never made at all. But what I know for sure is that every child deserves that person, that program, that connection. Every child deserves to be able to come together with a powerful and positive influence to help teach and inspire them. And we are all here today to make sure that that happens. When each of us gives, we create opportunities for new and surprising connections. And we ultimately help create knowledge, self-confidence, security, and an everlasting impact. And we do that by working as a team. It takes incredibly strong partnerships to make all of this work. Partnerships with the district and the teachers and the staff, with our PTAs, our community's businesses, and it takes the Issaquah Schools Foundation and each one of you. Together, we change lives. For together to work, however, it means that each of us needs to do our piece. Each of us needs to embrace the power and impact of education. It means each of us saying, I'm in, because together we have great power. I know you've heard before, double your gift, or still my personal favorite, please add a 0 to whatever you thought you were going to give today. We invited you here asking for a minimum donation of $150, and we are very grateful for whatever it is that you can give. But as you're sitting here, I want you to ask yourself, what do I want to create? What bridge do I want to build? The great news is we have an incredibly generous group of angel donors this year who've committed more than $200,000 to inspire you to give more. For anyone in the room who is new to the event and gives the minimum donation of $150, they will match your gift. And for anyone who increases their gift from last year by at least $100, they will match your increase. It's like free money for our kids. How cool is that? It's actually one of the reasons why Dave and I decided this year to stretch to become angel donors. And it's not because it's easy for us, but it's because we believe in the power of these programs and the power of these connections. We also decided this year to take advantage of being monthly donors, as sustaining donors. It's basically taken our gift and broken it down into manageable monthly pieces and made it easier for us to increase our gift, as I hope it does for you. So as you're considering your gift, your legacy, ask yourself, is my child worth the investment in building these bridges? Is my friend's child? Is my customer's child? Are our community's children worth it? And if I didn't think I would ask, or if I didn't think I would embarrass myself right now, I would ask for a collective yes from the room. Because yes, they are. Our children are worth it. And I believe that right here, right now, today, together, we can work to build bridges for each and every child. Together, we can shape our community's children and build a collective legacy of our future leaders, philanthropists, artists, and innovators. So please dig deep, get crazy, double your gift, add your extra 0, because together we will build a bright and inspiring bridge for every child. Table captains, please pass out your envelopes. Thank you.